Come back up, Jessica. Ow! This is the S to the K to the double E to the T to the E to the R. I'm sitting here with the G to the Q, and I'm sitting here with the J to the double F, and we're in the house today, and we are fired up. Hello, somebody!
Hey!
You gotta say hello.
Hello there, now.
You got to jump in there with us, Jeff.
Okay, I will do.
You got to jump in there with us. Hey, Radio Land. We are live here Saturday. This is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ Community radio show here on AM 990 KWAM, baby. And the mission of our show is to be the premier soundboard for the LGBTQ community in the Mid-South. We employ 3 E core principles: education, empowerment, and enrichment. And the purpose of our show is to uplift and affirm and celebrate the LGBTQ community above the marginalized standards some in this society wish to inflict upon us. We hope that during this segment, we will cause you to ask more relevant questions about the world around you. So we're going to dive into our segment that I love, because you never know what's going to come out of this child's mind. What's on your mind, son?
Let's talk about religious liberty with Kim Davis. I have 2 things I want to talk about. Number 1, she's the clerk in Kentucky. She's refusing to issue licenses to LGBT couples, and she's in jail right now. She's incarcerated, and she says she's standing up for her religious liberty. But Kim, you didn't realize when you took that oath as a public servant, you took a constitutional oath to uphold the law of the land, not your religious beliefs. And as a public figure, and as you take the oath, you have to uphold the law. Now, if you was a private citizen doing your own thing, you can do what you want to do. So, by being a public figure who took the Constitution of America, taking that oath, and the laws of the land, you have to do this. And she doesn't have a leg to stand on when she gets out of jail or go to court or whatever, but it's a shame that we're in this country fighting each other when you have other people in other countries who are trying to leave their country, such as Syria. They're trying to get to Turkey and possibly come over here in the United States of America, and we're fighting each other here, and we have people who are dying trying to get out of their country, and we can't even get along in our own country. So that is a shame. And also about the transgender young lady in Missouri. She's going through a struggle right now with the restroom issues, and she had 250 students to boycott class to stand up for her, and they stood up and they were on one accord, voicing their opinion for equality. And so kudos to those students who boycott. But all lives matter until we realize that black lives are not the only lives. Police lives matter, transgender lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. We got to stand up for each other and do what's right in this country, and that's what's on my mind.
Well, I'm on women lives matter. That's going to be my movement.
When they do.
Women lives matter. That's what I'm going to start fighting.
They do.
Well, you know, I want to chime in on this. Huffington Post, I just love them, because they did an article on 4 reasons why Miss Kim is wrong.
Okay.
4 reasons they say she's wrong. Well, I'm going to tell you my reason.
All right.
What Bible she read?
I have the hypocrite Bible.
Did she tell some of the pages out?
No, she believes in traditional marriage. So what she's doing is traditional marriages.
Okay, explain traditional marriage.
You can do what the hell you want to do. You can have many wives, many husbands, concubines, slaves. Do whatever you want to do in traditional marriages. And she's doing that, and you can do it. That's traditional marriage in the Bible.
Okay, because we go to the New Testament then, because you're in the Old Testament.
Now, let me say this. Also, it's time for LGBTQ individuals to stand up, learn the Bible, learn these laws, because I'm mad because I saw LGBTQ individuals in Kentucky against the wall as the conservative right-wing people were out there screaming and fussing at them. They were crying. I don't care who you are. You can be a Fox network commentator. I can stand up against anybody who want to quote the Bible with your laws or whatever. I'm ready to go against you. Bring it on the Unleashed Voice at 5 o'clock. I'm not scared of none of you people. And the problem is we have to learn the book, learn the laws, learn to stand up for yourself. Stop being a coward, letting these people walk over you, make them respect you. And I'm ready to be a full-time activist so I can go to cities like Kentucky and stand up for the individual that she denied the right to get married to. She can go to hell for all I care.
Well, you see it's happening in the South.
It is.
So here's the logic. Okay. All right? You going to let me talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I work in a restaurant.
Okay.
And we sell alcohol.
All right.
But I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And that's against my belief.
All right.
I won't serve alcohol to nobody.
All right.
That's where we're going, right?
Okay.
Okay. I believe in Islamic law.
All right.
And I don't believe women should do certain things.
All right.
So if I'm the president, if I'm appointed the director of a government agency, I can refuse to acknowledge my female workers. It's against my religious belief. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what she's laying the foundation for. What the argument and all this momentum she has behind her. You know, it's okay for her to have momentum. Donnie Roof, they raised $2 million for him after he went in a church and massacred 9 people. It was people that sympathized with that guy. So you have people that's going to sympathize with her. That's okay. But the law has been written and spoken. The Supreme Court got that thing. It's sold up. And there's no logic behind her. Then there's the big hypocrisy. This lady been divorced 4 times. She got kids outside of wedlock while she was married from different kids. She got adultery, and adultery. So she needs to be really building a big old altar running to lay herself down. And then there's this big confusion. The law says Kentucky has to change their constitution. It has to reflect what the constitution of the land is now. They can't go and circumvent it. Matter of fact, just cut the little segment of the country, Kentucky, out and just sit them over there somewhere else and let them have their own country. That's what we need to do. And then, you get the integrity. You got integrity going on against it. Everybody want to talk about the Bible and what God said. But God hasn't said nothing.
God doesn't talk. God hadn't said one word. Hold on, give me a Bible.
Jeff, you're welcome to chime in.
Well, one of the things that, for me, that a lot of people keep bringing up the divorce issue, and while Christ does touch on that in the Gospels, much more clearly, much more explicitly, Paul talks about interfaith marriages. My question is, how many interfaith marriage certificates has this woman denied?
Well, matter of fact, she married a transgender couple because she didn't know that the transgender man had transitioned from a female to a male.
Get him!
And she married him.
Get him!
What's she gonna do now?
You going to hell, Tim! Get him!
But really,
if she's claiming to follow the scriptures,
right?
When a couple comes in, one's an atheist, one's a Buddhist, one's a Christian, one's a Jew,
right?
Does she give them a marriage certificate as well?
Well, she stopped marrying anybody right now. She's denying everybody, but she can't do that as an elected official.
As an elected official, she cannot do that. She cannot place her religion upon others.
Well, the obstacle now is 2 ways to remove her from what I've read. They have to impeach her, start the impeachment process, or lock her up. So her bleep bleep is locked up right now. And she says when she get out, she's still not going to do it. And she told all of her clerks working under her not to issue license. So I think when the people showed up with the big badges on and they walked to her office to see how many of them want to go to jail too, or resign, they said, hey, we're going to follow the law. So now they started issuing licenses. So I think it's just a shame, and it's always the South. We're the last to accept the change. They did the same thing with slavery. They did the same thing. In all of these states. So it's to be expected down here.
Well, there's also now it is, you see it primarily within the South, and I grew up in the South. I've seen it there, but it does hit other areas as well. There's a judge in Oregon right now who is refusing to marry same-sex couples because of his religious beliefs. So it's, when one starts it and it makes the news, it's going to start spreading.
Well, they just have to make examples. Didn't Wallace stand on the doorsteps and said he wasn't going to let black kids in the school over there?
But he taught Sunday school every Sunday.
Didn't he do it? So they sent those National Guards right on down here and said, you alive. They coming in.
Yes.
Well, any agent of the state must remain neutral when providing services to the citizen of that state. You cannot let your religious belief be involved if you are the agent of that state.
Because if I could put my religious belief in, oh boy.
That was a big kettle of fish.
Thank you. But we have a quick commercial break coming up. We don't want you to change your dial. We got a hot topic going on. This is AM 990 KWAM, the Unleashed Voice, baby.
Get him! Get you, Kim! Get him!
Do you guys take